Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to open up a kind of living atlas, the incredible map that holds you up every single day, the human skeleton. It's an absolute masterpiece of engineering, and our tour starts right now.
So let's start with a number, 206. Now that's not just some random number I pulled out of a hat, it's the exact number of bones that all work together to create the framework of one adult human body.
And every single one of those 206 bones has a name, a place, and a really important job. So for the next few minutes, let's go on a little guided tour of this amazing structure, starting right at the very top and working our way all the way down. Okay, our first stop is the command center, the skull. This thing is the protective vault for your most important organ, your brain. But it is so much more than just a single bone. It's a really complex structure that has two very different, very important jobs.
You could say the skull is kind of leading a double life. First up, you've got the cranial bones. Think of them as a built-in, custom-fit helmet for your brain. Then you have the facial bones. This is the scaffolding that actually creates your unique identity, your nose, your cheekbones, everything that makes your face, well, your face.
And you know, among all those facial bones, there is one clear superstar. We're talking about the mandible, or your jawbone. It's not just the biggest bone in your face, it's also the strongest. I mean, it does all the heavy lifting every time you chew or talk.
Okay, so we just talked about the strongest bone in your face. Now let's do a complete 180 and talk about the absolute smallest bones in your entire body. Tucked away, deep inside your ear, you'll find the auditory ossicles. These three tiny, delicate little bones are absolutely critical for our sense of hearing.
And of those three, we have the record holder, the stapes. This is it, the smallest bone in your body. It measures a tiny 3 millimeters. To give you some perspective, that's about the size of a single grain of rice. It's just a brilliant example of the incredible range of scales our skeleton operates on.
All right, moving on down from the skull, we arrive at the central pillar of the entire body. The core. This is made up of the spine and the protective cage it supports, the ribs.
You know, your spine isn't just one rigid rod. It's this beautiful, flexible tower of individual vertebrae, all stacked in 5 distinct regions. Up at the top, the cervical vertebrae in your neck. That's what lets you nod and turn your head. Below that, the thoracic section is where your ribs attach. The lumbar region in your lower back. That's what bears most of your body's weight. And finally, at the base, you have the fused sacrum and coccyx, which create a super stable platform.
Now, branching off that thoracic spine is your rib cage, which acts like a flexible shield for your heart and your lungs. You've got 12 pairs of them, but guess what? They're not all the same. 7 pairs are called true ribs because they connect right to your sternum. They're followed by 3 pairs of false ribs that connect indirectly, and then at the very bottom, you've got 2 pairs of floating ribs. So from the core, let's branch out to the tools that you use to interact with the world. Your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. This is where the skeleton really gets to work.
The upper arm keeps it pretty simple. It has one large, powerful bone called the humerus. But the forearm, now this is where things get clever. It actually uses 2 bones working together, the radius and the ulna. And that 2-bone design is precisely what allows you to rotate your wrist so easily.
But here's where the complexity just explodes. 54. A quarter of all the bones in your entire body are found just in your hands and wrists. That incredible density is what gives your hands their amazing dexterity and fine motor control for everything you do. Our anatomical tour now brings us down to the foundation. This is the part of your skeleton that's built for power, for support, and for getting you from point A to point B, the pelvis and the legs.
Seriously, everything about the lower body is engineered for strength and stability. I mean, it has to support your entire body weight while also giving you a huge range of motion. And to pull that off, you're going to need some serious hardware.
So, meet the champion, the femur, also known as your thigh bone. This is the undisputed king of bones. It is the longest, the heaviest, and the strongest bone in your entire body, and it's capable of withstanding just immense forces. Your ability to stand up, walk, and run all starts right here.
Of course, the femur doesn't do it all alone.
It connects down to the tibia and fibula in the lower leg, and the patella, your kneecap, acts as a crucial little shield for that joint. And a lot like the hand, the foot is a really complex web of bones. The tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges all working together to create a stable platform for your whole body.
So, we've made it. We've completed our tour from head to toe. Now let's just pull back for a second and look at the big picture with a few key numbers that really put all of this into perspective.
So here they are, our record holders, all in one place. The smallest bone, the stapes in your ear. The largest and longest, the femur in your thigh. And the strongest bone in your face, that's the mandible. A great little cheat sheet for your next trivia night, right?
Now this is fascinating. Where do you think most of your bones are? You'd probably guess your torso, but you'd be wrong. A staggering 126 of your 206 bones are in your limbs, your arms, hands, legs, and feet. Only 80 make up your head and core. It just shows you how much our skeleton is dedicated to movement and interaction.
This whole explainer was based on the fantastic and incredibly detailed Anatomical Atlas by Al Ashkar. If you want to dive even deeper into this stuff, we highly recommend checking out their work. And for more explainers like this one, make sure you subscribe.
And that's our tour. From the tiniest little component to the largest pillar, your skeleton is the silent, supportive partner in everything you do. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. This entire framework, this living atlas inside of you, completely rebuilds itself about every 10 years. Isn't that incredible? Thanks for watching.